Hey guys, it's Kelsey. This is layout 3 for How to Kill a Kit with Style. Today I'm doing a paper issues challenge. This one is called Boys Will Be Boys. So we're just supposed to scrapbook the boys in our life. So this was an easy one. I have this photo of Thomas and Billy spooning on the couch from last Christmas. I don't know if you guys know or not, my brother is stationed in Hawaii in the Army. So he did take a week or so off to come home for Christmas. So he and Billy are in their usual state when they are together, and I hadn't seen this in a really long time, so I had to take a picture. I don't know why, but whenever Thomas is home, Billy somehow ends up spooning with him on the couch. So I really adore this photo. I basically took all the scraps I had from the first two layouts I did and plonked them on a page, kind of how they already were. I did fill in the rest of the 12 by 12. I see that frame that I have from that first layout. I just filled it in with that black text one. I really like that. I know that's a little risky. It can get really busy looking having a black paper with white text all over it as your background. But I feel like everything I put on here you can distinguish from the background, so I'm okay with that. But like I said, I pretty much just layered up these scraps the way they laid out on my table, and I really happen to like that. So I pulled out a few things from the ephemera that I thought looked really good. I wanted to get that tag on a page, some of the florals, and then I also pulled in one of Jennifer's die cut layery little bits she sent me. I really like how that little black piece looks over that tag, so I'm going to cut that into two pieces and have it poking out of either side of the photo. I really think that adds a lot of interest. I think that looks super cool. So I'm just going to start piecing together. I'm still gutting anything that's going to be covered, so that takes me a little minute just to get all of the puzzle pieces glued together. But I kind of feel like what you just saw when that was layered out, that's kind of where I'm going to start. You can see me marking with pencil where I want to gut, because I do want to make sure I'm saving everything since I don't have any 6x6 this month. Any bits of the 12x12s I have that's covered, I'm saving. So I'm just going to get all of those pieces together. I did go back on my last layout and back to the back of it with some scrap black paper, and you'll see me do the same with this one with so much of these large pieces gutted. Usually it doesn't matter, especially once it goes in the page protectors, but this one was feeling extra flimsy because there was so much I was gutting from multiple pieces, so I do back this one with some scrap paper just to make it a little sturdier. But I did put that black and white twine through that tag. I think I've used that twine on every page this month so far, so I'm enjoying pulling that in. It goes really well with this like black and white gingham farmhouse style. And then you can just see I'm putting these back basically where I had laid them out before. I like having this green paper. It's the frame around the entire page. It's the layer behind the photo, so I liked pulling in that floral that had the green in it on the tag, like behind the tag, so that kind of pulls it in there. And then I also really wanted to pull in these two other chipboard green houses to pull the green into another area, and I think those look so cute layered on top of each other. And there was also this little "This Is Us" black banner on the chipboard sheet, so I really adore how that looks all layered up. I am using foam to cover everything that's hanging off of the chipboard because it's 3 layers of chipboard, guys, because I have the houses overlapping and the banner going over the top, so there is 3 layers of chipboard in that corner. So you did just see me kind of use some foam to make sure nothing kind of bent as it got pushed down or anything like that. I am trying to make sure I use the washi on every page, so I just pulled in a strip there at the top for my title to sit on. It is kind of hard to see going over that black and white background, but I think it adds a good bit of interest and it's just something behind the title, just so it gave a little bit of emphasis and dimension, just because black and white letters over a black and white text background, it could get a little busy, so I think it can use all the help it can get to stand out a little bit. So I like that little bit of detail. This one, I'm telling you guys, it's either one way or the other. It's like the last page where it's real simple, or it's this one where it's a tiny bit crazy, but I do love how this one turned out. I think this is my favorite one so far this month. Just because I am starting to get to layer and play with all the different textiles that come in this kit. I mean, I used the die cuts, the chipboard, but I also got to pull in the twine and the stitching, but I'm getting brads on this one. You'll see me pull those in. I just love how all those different textiles work together, and that's why I was so excited with this collection to see all of that stuff coordinate so well but look so different. Again, I wanted to pull in another green piece. I really liked the circular piece that comes in the ephemera that says charm, and I really thought it looked nice under the title. That way it kind of reads as one, almost like the title is Family Charm. I'm also pulling in this little banner from the ephemera. So I really like that. I kind of want to layer a little bit more up there, so I pull in this other circular piece that just says XO, and then you see me pulling in the brads. I definitely want to layer up a few in a different area. So I pull in another circular piece in the brads to go with the other circular pieces, and then I have a couple clustered down by the houses. I definitely wanted to get that one with the heart next to the houses because that's just so stinking cute. And then I wanted a few circular pieces up by the title as well, just so they were in 3 areas, but it kind of takes me a minute to hem and haw and figure out which ones I wanted. I am going to go ahead and take all the paper pieces off of these brads. I feel like I use them easier that way because the paper pieces can go with the die cuts, and then I can really see and use all the brads without being encumbered by the paper piece. And if I want to put brads in the paper pieces when I go to use it, I can. But it just makes it easier for me to look at this sheet and just see all the brads, and then it makes me use the paper elements easier when they're with the other paper elements. So that's why you saw me just divide them a little bit there. But I'm going to go ahead and get these brads down so you just see me using some foam in my piercing tool. I really like that brad that's by the charm and the XO because it's the same green pattern that's matting the photo and framing the entire layout. So I liked bringing that into one more area. And then I decided to just go with a few solid colored pieces up by family, and then you'll also see me pull in some enamel dots. So I use the enamel dots and the brads together, which I don't think I've ever done before. I think I try to either use all brads or all enamel dots, but they look really cool like this. I just wanted one more smaller piece to go with the other 2 clusters, and the enamel dots were basically a smaller version of the brads, so you just see me pull a small one into the house cluster and the title cluster. But I think I'm almost done with embellishing. I think I pretty much just have the stitching left, so I'm going to go ahead and stitch that. Again, I sped this up a lot. So it's still soothing for me to watch. I know I could just cut it out altogether, especially because this is the 3rd layout this month that I'm doing the same cross-stitch stitch on, but I love it. And I guess I could just cut it out entirely, but I just decided to just speed it up super fast because I just think it's soothing watching someone stitch really, really fast. So I'm leaving it in. But I'm going to do it across the entire bottom layer. I don't do it anywhere else. I know the other 2 layouts I kind of did a layer across the bottom and then one across the top. But I didn't really feel like this one needed it. There's already a lot going on. I really like how the stitching looks down there though, so I was happy to pull that in. And then here I'm taking black scrap paper and backing the entire background. So this does 2 things because I do like to cover my stitching and my brads with washi, but this way I don't have to because the entire back is covered with another piece of paper. But here are all the close-ups. So I just love those little houses and those little circular pieces. But yeah, so this one was a lot of fun. So thanks guys for watching. Bye.